Selecting oils. Whew. It's a big topic, right? Lots of different ways. I recommend for everyone, first, I have an incredible website, you guys. 400 pages of information on oils. Some of you, we have an online resource, the spiritual properties of the oils on that website. Most of that comes from me, not necessarily books. So realize that that's my work. But always have a couple reference books. I think that's really important to have at least one reference book available. And remember that it depends on the school of thought. I'll mention that one more time, that the British school of thought, when you're reading through that, know that you might say there's certain oils that are toxic to animals or people, not these oils. Realize that they're using aromatherapy grade oils, not therapeutic grade oils. So the biggest reference book to date is the Essential Oil Desk Reference. It just keeps coming out. This is the 5th edition. I want to also say that hang on to your old reference books. Okay, a lot of people go and say, okay, now I'm going to sell my old one on eBay. The information changes. Okay, so I always hold on to my old desk references. My chiropractor, who introduced me to the oils, when he passed, he gave me his small desk reference from one of the first ones, and he has notes in there from many moons ago. So interesting to do that. And it also has sections. This one in particular, I mean, you can see how big it is, but everything under the sun, and about cleansing and supplements and just everything. So at least have one good book. It's always a good idea. Okay, there's another one. This is an older one, but Reference Guide for Essential Oils, Connie Higley, and the new book looks like this. Thank you. This is the 2012 edition. Okay. What's nice about this, I like the coil bound, so you can be opening it up, turn, and like this. Okay, these are laminated pages too, so it's a little good. They also have smaller desk reference, like a smaller quick guide. Thank you. Little small book. They won't have all the information in it, but if you want a quick guide to throw in your oil bag, have the barn. Those are very good. Usually they give you a little discount if you buy, the big book with the little desk reference as well. So those.
Does Young Living offer a guide, or do they recommend any of these?
Okay. These books are specific to Young Living oils.
Like that essential oil.
Yeah, all the blends, all the supplements are, very good question, are the Young Living oils and supplements, massage oils, any product. The ingredients are in here. Now, due to the rosewood deforestation, they had to make a decision this year to change some of the formulas because they had rosewood in so many of their formulas. And that's not just, all the companies are really doing that. They had to stop making the rosewood, and there's just enough rosewood to make some of the oils that we really, really need the rosewood in there, like Valor. Just too important an oil to take the rosewood out. But they have chemical, again, when we're looking at chemistry, you're saying, okay, the chemistry of this blend, they have some bergamot, they use 2 or 3 different oils, the chemistry is very similar. Recognize that the energy of the oil is different. Like my new transformation versus my old transformation oil, energetically, I believe it's a different oil. Has some of the same properties. But I say that because these books, once again, even the 2012 edition and that are going to change. So they'll be updating them, I'm sure, in the next year. But it was a good decision. It's Melissa Shelton's book. This is the Animal Desk Reference. Okay. If you are new to oils, start with a regular book. Okay, this is just for animals, but this is not the how-tos and to do. I mean, I would recommend getting, one of the bigger general books first. And there is small animal sections in those, and of course, on my website I have oils, not for all the conditions, but oils for dogs, horses, and cats as well. Just quickly, some other books that I have. Let me mention this Healing Oils of the Bible. If you're interested in some of the ancient scriptures and what oils they used then, this is by Dr. David Stewart. Here's a book I like. Advanced Aromatherapy by, I'm going to botch the name, Schnellbelt. I know that's wrong. PhD. I take a lot of information. If you guys read my e-zines, a lot of information from this book. All my books are on my website, on the recommendations, on what I do. But he has a lot. One of the things I like about this book is he has a little chart in here. Effectiveness of essential oils against microorganisms. And he has the different oils, and then their effectiveness against like stomach virus and all sorts of different bacteria and stuff, which is interesting. So I do get some. It's not a very. It's one of those books. It's not huge, but I refer to it. I tend to refer to it a lot for information that's not in some other books. Okay. Raindrop. It's a validation of the raindrop technique. These are all testimonials. I should have had. I'm going to share one with you guys. There's one person. I had scoliosis since I was 11 years old. When I grew 5 inches in 3 months. I really did not start creating any problem until I reached a 55-degree curve at about 42 years old. I was in constant pain with my back and was pulling my right knee, a great deal of pain. She says that the natural curve was taken out of her neck. And basically she says after 4 treatments done without a month, she was out of pain and the curve was down to 42 degrees from 55 degrees on scoliosis. So they have testimonials on everything, and they did a little scientific study on the response, and everybody was very responsive to raindrop technique. My VitaFlex technique. This does not talk about with the oils, but again, VitaFlex I talked about with raindrop. This is VitaFlex is from Stanley Burroughs. It's a standalone book. Stanley Burroughs is the one you guys might know, Master Cleanse, Lemonade Diet. But he talks about all the VitaFlex different techniques in there. So he also has about color therapy in there. So these are different books that might help you along your journey. Chemistry of essential oils. Everything you ever imagine about the chemistry. And again, the profiles in the back are very good on this. I mean, when you want to look up which oils are the top oils have monoterpenes, what are the top oils for sesquiterpenes, that's all in this book. Okay. Let's see. And that's by Dr. Stewart. Chemistry of Essential Oils Made Simple. God's Love Manifest in Molecules. Love it. Okay, in the last few books I will show you today, because these are books that I've used throughout the class, level 1 and then level 2. This is one, Releasing Emotional Patterns with Essential Oils. Caroline Mine. Okay, and in this book you can actually she talks about alarm points, releasing emotions through alarm points. And in my level 2 class, we work with this book. You can like look up the oil and see what emotion, or you can go to the emotions emotion and look up what oil. Okay. Of course, the question is what emotion are you dealing with? That's the challenge. Okay. It's not always A to Z, but again, it's a tool. Okay. We talk about how emotions, the four legs of the stool, how the oils address the four legs of the stool for the physical and how they're related. And, you know, two books that I always keep with me, even though it's not totally with the oils, are one is Louise Hay, Heal Your Body, where you can look up, okay, nausea, what this means. For instance, here we go. Nosebleeds, a need for recognition, feeling unrecognized and unnoticed, crying for love. Okay, and this is a similar book, Feelings Buried Alive, Never Die, Carol Trueman. Okay, and also talks about emotions and how they relate to the physical aspects of our disease. And also you can go colitis, overly concerned with order, worrying excessively, feeling of defeat. Okay, so interesting books that will help us in our journey